I realized that, you know, I could get a lot of fires and things started. You know, you line up dominoes, right? And you hit one, and if you line them up properly, all of them will go down, right in a row. But my problem was I could hit that mark, you know, I would hit it, and they would all go down and I'd get a glitch because there was something not happening. Something was wrong. There was a domino in the midst of all of that that was out of line. And I've come to find out that even though I'm doing, you know, this business and everything, I wasn't taking care of things that I had always taken care of for others. The reason being, I knew what I was doing. I knew how to do that. I knew how to take care of business because I did it so many years. But when you're running your own business, you have to know how to stay in your lane. I needed somebody to help me to keep that part of my life going so I could go off and be great. You know, I wanted to go off and I wanted to build and do, but I could never go further than working behind that chair. Well, sometime back, I met Cosette, and we were at Mary Kay. I actually met her in Mary Kay. It's like, I think Jeff used to be met in Mary Kay too. And I just met Jennifer today too, by the way. But I met her in Mary Kay, and I used to always look at Cosette and say, gosh, she's so together. I always felt like I'm, you know, picking up everything, running to the meeting, you know, trying to look for my guests or whatever it is I gotta do. And she just always seemed to just stroll in there so comfortably and so gracefully and just with poise. And she was just so beautiful to me. I just always look at her, you know. And that's out of all of us crazy directors, okay, everybody. But this lady was just phenomenal to me. I did not know she was this great financial person. I didn't know anything about her, and that relationship never came until much later. But as I watched her and got to know her, then we turned that into a hair relationship. So it was only once she ever sat in my chair that I learned the other things she did. So I shared with her my story, what I was going through. That, you know, I could do all of these things, but I can't do all of these things. You know, I just couldn't. And I felt like it was staggering me and keeping me from progressing. So about, I would say maybe 2.5 years ago, Cosette, maybe 2.5 to 3 years ago, I decided I'm going to put my money where I think it should be, and that is with her, to help me. So I hired her actually as my bookkeeper, accountant, and all of that. But when I say, from just having my business be organized and well put together, my business built and flourished over here. I'm saying as far as building clientele and being able to do other things, marketing, promotions, I was able to do so much more. My business, and I would always go to her for advice. And she would advise me on all levels. It wasn't just on my books on how to, she advised me on how to budget. She told me the things I needed to cut out of my schedule, you know, out of my pocket, because I like looks. And so, you know, I wanted to have a whole beautiful coffee area with the, you know, the Keurigs going, and, you know, everything is just oriented. I love the way things look. I have my little waters on ice with I have flowers delivered fresh every week. You know, just it was crazy, but it was beautiful. Everybody loves it. It looks good. But financially, that's not where I was. She said, you can have those things, but you have to stay in your lane. Basically, I needed to build, you know. And so that's what I do for a lot of people, a lot of stylists, is I help them to build their clientele. I started off with doing commission work. And that's another thing that Cosette helped me with. She helped me so many things. Cosette, everything's coming to my head now. I'm not even looking at the paper. But she helped me to transition. I was doing commission and helping stylists to build their clientele. And it was great because, you know, I'm in control. So I can control the attitude, the flow, the music, and everything, because they're paid for by me to do work. I supply them with clients and I pay them a commission. Decided to switch over to booth renting because it was kind of complicated. And that was extremely difficult for me because you can't have both. You can't have booth and commission. And Cosette came to my rescue with that. She assured me I still would be able to make it with great strides if I just make that decision to switch over. She also asked me to increase my prices. That was something I knew I deserved more, but I didn't think I could get more. Even though I gave this great quality work, even though I had lots of clients and stuff. So, you know, I want to say that on many levels in my business, Cosette was able to help me. And because of that, I would say my income boosted up within 2 months of really just taking advantage of her on every level that she had to offer. My business was able to boost up probably 30%. So when it got to that point, I really did move over to booth renting. And that's a whole nother story because everyone coming now is suffering. They can't afford the booth rent that I want to charge, and I know that they should be paying because they're going to make money. So she even helped me with that.